The most recognized source of hip-hop and R&B on the planet. This is the EMillio EgBar Show. Real hip-hop and R&B.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the most recognizable #1 spot for hip-hop and R&B and new artists all over the world. Y'all, it's the EMillio EgBar Show. And of course, I'm your host, EMillio EgBar. I want to say thank you to each of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us here on this presentation of the EMillio EgBar Show. And up next, man, we got a special guest joining us, man, coming back for the third time. And this is one of my favorite guys that come and join us, because it's always a dope conversation whenever we have this next guest on the line. And here joining us today from out of bum-ass Massachusetts, we got my man J-Ferr in the house. Yo, J-Ferr, what's good, brother? How you? I had to get my shot back from that Yankee fucking comment you made the other day on Twitter, man.
I had to do it, man. I had to do it, for real.
Yeah, man. It's like you the only one that know the cheat code, how to get me to respond to some shit. And if it's about a New York team when it comes to sports, you know I'm on that.
Massachusetts is a little bit cold. What about New York? How you guys doing? You guys got snow or what?
Man, listen, we got snow, we got cold, we got all that bullshit that you just mentioned, and all that bullshit that you can take with you, because we don't want that. Yo, it has been frigid. And I don't even use that word. It's been frigid.
Yeah, man, dude, especially with the wind too. Oh, god damn. But yeah, dude, even Florida and Texas and Louisiana, they just got hit like crazy. They never even get that shit.
Hey, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, all them places down there that's not used to snow. Welcome to what we experience up here in the great Northeast.
Yep. I hope this wasn't your first time using a shovel, but if it was, I hope it treated you well.
Nah, for real. But, you know, I definitely want to make sure I send my thoughts out there to the people in the South that are dealing with this adverse weather. Man. It has been crazy. Like, you don't even see, like, Florida get that kind of snow, even though it does snow from time to time. But you seeing this craziness, that's real.
Yeah, it takes a different type of like preparation for them down there, because they're not, they don't ever get that shit. So
yeah,
it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal for them. Like, I know, like 2 inches of snow is detrimental to them. So like, our hearts go out to the people in the South. But with that being said, man, welcome back, man. How's everything been with you? It's been a minute since the last time you was on this platform, and we got you back here now. So what's up, man? What's talk to the people? What's J-Ferr been up to, man? How you been these days?
Good, man. I've been treating myself good, trying to get better every day. And I've been actually working on a lot of new music too, like a lot of new singles. I don't got any. I had a few projects in mind, but I realized like after the album that I think singles is just a way to stay consistent right now, and like that's a way to like really get a idea of what your fans want to, like waiting on a whole project. People can't, like, I can't leave people waiting now. I have people waiting too long on the album, so yeah. I just gotta keep dropping singles. I just had the Sway put me on, that went good. Sway reached out, he ended up listening to it, which is the craziest part, and he fucked with it and approved of it, so that was really cool.
That's dope.
I got some music videos in the works right now with a really good videographer out of South Shore, Massachusetts. He goes by the name Calloway. I think that's the right name. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be working with him. I'm gonna get a dope video from him. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on a song I already dropped, or if I'm gonna do it on a new song. But maybe a new song, because I think I got one in mind right now. So.
That's what's up, man. That's very interesting, man. And definitely want to say shout out to you for that If Sway Put Me On record. I've been bumping the hell out of that one, and I definitely plan to play that again on the show a few times, if you know what I mean. But definitely want to say shout out to you for that record right there, because I don't know, like, I was just listening to that the other day, and I don't know, it's just like some reason, like, it just took me on an experience that I haven't felt a long time when it comes to music, especially like when it comes to the production of the record, and just just the whole concept overall, which you came up with. So what was the inspiration behind that record? What made you come up with that particular song in general?
Yeah, so I got that beat from my man Rhythm Beats. He goes by he's another Massachusetts. He's from Boston.
Okay.
He's a producer. He's kind of low key though, you know. He does his own thing. I don't hear from him for a little while, and all of a sudden he'll be out the woodworks with some fire shit. So, yeah, I was going through some of the beats that he sent me, and that one just spoke to me. And like, I already had this beginning of the verse, like, you know, verse 1, how I come in. If Sway put me on, I don't think it'd be long. That first 2 bars, that was just a verse I had in the stash for a little while now. And then I felt like that just fit so well on that beat right there. And where those little lyrics, if Sway put me on, I don't think it'd be long. That is just straight up from the fact that if he did put me on, because he's been following me since I was 16 now, so over 10 years he's been watching me make music, basically freestyle, you know, on social media, all that shit. But yeah, it's been cool, like him, you know, having those eyes on me. I just feel like, you know, if he really gave me the chance and I went up there, you know, it's any rapper's dream. That's the one thing to do, you know, to get up there and freestyle. So I felt like if that opportunity came, I would make a rise out of it. And then I had those lyrics right there, and then the beat, and then from then on I just flowed. Like, I was just storytelling. I was just writing how, like, I live and, like, how I felt, like, you know, how I feel about it, really.
Hey, yo, let me stop for a second. Let me look at the camera and let me get real close for a second and say this. Yo, Sway, if you out there listening, if you watching this by any chance right now, please put this young man on, because, yo, definitely you can hear the hunger in that song. You can hear the passion behind it, and you can definitely just hear that, you know, this is what you do. This is what you get up for. This is what you're striving for, man. So, like, what has been the reception that you have gotten for this record?
It's honestly been the best reception on a song I've gotten in a while, honestly. Like, I was truthfully surprised. I thought, like, this one might get slept on, but I think just the story behind it and it resonating, you know, with, you know, real hip-hop lovers and, like, you know, other artists, too. They're like, shit, like, that is the, you know, it speaks to people. And like you said, you haven't got that feeling in a while, which is, like, that's the biggest compliment to me ever. So I appreciate you saying that. And,
no doubt.
But, yeah, but fucking that record is just like, it's just special to me, just because, you know, he even reached back out, like, just the response to it was just crazy, just because, one, he reached out. That was, like, the main thing. I was like, the goal with this song, I don't care what anyone else thinks, but if Sway gets back to me and he listens to it or he likes it, whatever, that's the goal. And the fact that happened within, like, the first week, you know, because I kept posting on my Instagram stories and, like, kept tagging him, like, yo, Sway. I was like, you hear this? Like, fucking, you know. And I had, like, luckily, like, people like you and other of my fans and supporters and shit, like, they were really pushing this one too. And they liked the story behind it. And I think the cover art, I think, really pops out to people, you know. I think so too, man. And when it boils down to it, it's like, you're not, like, I'm not gonna say that. Let me rephrase what I'm gonna say. Like, see, this is what people are missing when it comes to consumers and music. You know what I'm saying? See, like, this is one thing, and I'm glad you as a young artist, you as somebody who's been doing your thing, and I've been watching you since the first time, you know, you came across my platform. You seem to understand, or you're getting the fact that, you know, it's more than the music that you gotta give people these days, especially in the way that the, you know, marketing game and the way promotion is being done now for artists, especially artists that don't really have too much awareness to their music, or artists that don't really have that big of a buzz as of yet. And the reason why I say is it's important for artists to bring something more to the table than just music, because you want to create an experience. You want something that people are going to come back for. And that's my point, what I meant by what I said earlier about the fact that it gave me an experience. You listen to most of the music nowadays, you only hear things about bang, bang, shoot 'em up, my pussy is the whitest, and my gun blasted the most, I got more bodies than you, and all that stuff. That's cool. You're not wrong.
I mean, hey, like, I'm not saying that to try to, you know, like, go at nobody, but it's just the honest truth. But when I listened to your song, it made me go back to a time when I was hungry like that too as an artist, that, yo, I just need that one opportunity, yo, just put me on. And then not only that, the experience with the cover art, the experience with the visuals, and then the stuff I've been seeing what you've been doing over on TikTok as well and promoting the song, like you're creating value through that experience that's going to bring people back. So what you think?
All right, man. Yeah, no, you just said it best too, and I appreciate you saying that because that's what I've been trying to do, and I felt like, you know, the last time we spoke and what we were talking about before this too, like, you know, I was getting discouraged, man, posting like shit, like even still a little bit, you know, like, you know, not getting enough, like, oh, where did like half of my followers go? Like, where did like half the people that I thought, you know, were fucking with my shit go? Now it's like, I don't even, you know, I don't see them, but I got my main ones, but yeah, man, that's what this song did. Like, it brought out like a different, you know, it brought different fans into it. And like, that's what I mean with the TikToks. I've been trying to go crazy with those lately. I actually just posted another car bars, like little series that I do. I don't know. Have you seen those? The little car bar series?
Come on now. I follow you on TikTok. I've been watching.
Oh, yeah. No, hell yeah. But yeah, man, that just little simple shit, just spitting bars in the car when I'm on the way to work, doing anything, you know, just to promote ourselves nowadays. Like, and because I noticed, I was sitting there getting so discouraged, like I was saying, like, and it's like, what am I doing sitting here not posting? Like, that's the part that's discouraging. It's like, just post, it will come, you know? And then I posted a few of those car bars thing. I didn't think anything would happen. It's like, oh, first one got like 8,000 views. I'm like, oh shit.
Nice.
And then the next one is like 5,000. I'm like, okay. So,
nice.
So let's see what happens. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to keep up the more consistency with the social media. I'm gonna get better with it too. I gotta get some more content. I might need, you know, I gotta invest like in a camera or something. You know, I gotta get a new camera because this phone ain't cutting it. This whole brick.
Hey, but don't sleep on the phone videos, bro. Don't sleep on the phone videos, man. I seen cats do whole music videos with just an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta get it.
Yeah,
how you get
that's
it.
what I mean. I need to get a new iPhone.
Oh, okay, I feel you.
An iPhone right now. That's why I'm like, dude, I'm like living like this ain't right. This is as an artist trying to promote myself. I should not have this phone with this camera quality. To be honest with you. So I gotta like use like my girl's iPad sometimes. Like I go out of my way to like try to get a better shot, you know. But I'm gonna invest. I gotta invest in a new phone. So I just break mine so often that I didn't even bother getting a new one.
So now let me ask you a question, and this is a question that I don't really ask a lot of people, and this is one that I'm asking you because you're someone I genuinely want to see succeed in this whole music industry thing, because like I told you before, like I really do feel as though that you have what it takes, the potential to be a charting artist. And I'm not saying that lightly, and I'm not saying that just because you're on the show. But I want to ask you though, with everything that you laid out for us in terms of like, you know, the things that went through with your social media, with everything, with, you know, understanding now what your core audience is looking for more so in terms of dropping singles compared to albums. What have you learned over the course of the time, failure wise, like anything that you feel as though you came up short in? What have you learned from those experiences and applying it now to what you're doing in 2025?
That's a great question. I definitely got to say, like, just to completely like consistency is the number one thing, and like that's still working on that, and like that's what I'm trying to do better at now, which I know I've been getting better at, and which is happening now. I'm getting more traction again. It only makes sense, you know. You gotta, like, even if it's slow motion, it's better than no motion too. Like I know that's like a kind of corny phrase now, but for real, it's true.
It's the truth, though.
But it's like getting discouraged, letting the no likes, you know, like feeling like you're posting into a void, like an echo chamber, you know, whether it's tweets, Instagram pictures, videos, whatever it is, TikToks, like that shit could easily make you not want to post and like get you into that. Like that's probably my biggest failure, is like letting that actually, like, you know, not like getting into, like, you know, getting comfortable with not posting. I don't like how I got into that shit, you know. So like I think that didn't help me. That definitely took a big dip into my social media, like especially because how the algorithms and like how social media changed. Like I didn't necessarily know that, oh shit, if I don't post 3 times a day, they're not gonna show my shit at all. I didn't know it was gonna be like that, but here we are. You know what I mean? So you just got to go harder. And that's really it. Just like, I feel like I just didn't go hard enough, so I gotta go harder, just to keep it simple.
Now, let me ask you a question, another one to follow up with the question I just asked you off of your response. Now, that's something you pointed out just now with the social media marketing and the promotion and really figuring out how social media works. I want to know, where did you pull that information from about posting 3 times a day? I'm just asking because I just want to compare notes, because like you, and I'm gonna be very vulnerable. Very vulnerable about this when I say it. Yes, I have been myself trying to find ways as well to improve the footprint on social media and also improve the output or the quality of what I put out content wise for YouTube and other platforms. So I just want to know, like, where did you pull that information from?
I kind of just like noticed, and I've like, like certain like videos will pop up like, oh, if there's always like this like promotion about promotion on Instagram, like there's people like videos pop up of like them trying to push your video. Oh, do this, do that. That's how to get more views, whatever. You know how you hear that, but I more so just learn from like just experience. Yeah. Like. Because I'm thinking myself, like how I'm using my TikTok and how I'm scrolling Instagram. That's how you got to think about it. Like, think of like how you're using it. So like, how would you want to watch a video? Like, you want to watch a long, like are you into long shit? Like, you want to grab their attention as much as you can. So you just really got to put yourself in the fans and audience perspective. Really, I think that's a big key to it.
That is true.
So that's what kind of showed me. Like, because I noticed, oh, wait, the reason why I keep seeing these people, it's not because they're better than me. It's because they're actually posting.
They're active, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're active on it. So, like, that's where I felt like I fucked up. It's like, that's why I ain't doing nothing, because I wasn't being active. But I was also working on shit, going through shit. So,
I feel you. Life be lifing. Yeah, life definitely be lifing. Because I know, like, my consistency, I slow down with a lot of things, too. And I can relate to what you're saying, because I felt the same way also with this platform as well. Like, it was a point in time when we were still under the name The Nonstop Radio Show. I felt like there was a time where, maybe that had ran its course. Maybe it was time to move on. Maybe it was time to rebrand, as you see what we're doing now here on this platform. And I felt as though that was important, you know what I'm saying? So like, moving on and doing something different and getting back consistent, as well as what I felt as though was a lot of key areas I was lacking in as well. I'll be the first to say it. I feel like I'm one of the ones that I can admit I failed in a lot of different areas when it comes to being a platform owner and doing things as a content creator in this current space right now. But one of the things that, we as people that, maybe, I don't want to say struggling, but those of us who are just trying to figure out our path and what works for us, I think the one thing that we got to avoid getting caught up in is going to YouTube and seeing all this influx of information and just going with what everybody says without vetting it. Because a lot of people on there, they mean well, but a lot of people on there also do not mean you any good as well too. So we also got to be careful for those type of people as well,
Exactly, man. Yeah, dude. Social media, it's staying consistent. It's like the hardest thing, as we all, like, exactly like you said earlier, like life and like, shit gets in the way. And I think as artists, and like you said, as you're a platform owner, founder and radio host, like, you gotta, like, you're the one, like, it's a big deal, and it's hard to keep up with when, you're the one that's got to edit every single interview, you gotta switch the song, you gotta, edit. Like, I know how it is editing videos, like, especially, like, people don't realize how fucking time consuming that shit is. Like, especially even with my little car bar shit, dude, getting the lyrics right and fucking all that, like, it takes time, dude. It ain't like, it's tough when you got real life shit to do and you're like trying to be on your phone at the same time. And,
that's facts.
You got to do what you could do as for artists, like, we got to hold ourselves to that high standards. So, like, that's good that me and you are sitting up here literally telling the world that we're not doing enough. That's when we're trying to do it the right way.
Right.
Anyway.
And it's also not to make or give this perception of the fact that we're perfect people, because we're not perfect people in this. Like, I wish,
exactly,
that, everything was as easy. But then again, it goes back to the old saying that is obtained easily is not worth it. And when it boils down to it, I don't want something that's easily obtainable. I want to work hard for it, and I want to work hard at doing what I got to do to help, what the mission is for this platform, which is bringing awareness to music of artists, new artists like yourself as well, and also helping, artists find bigger opportunities that go beyond the reach of this platform. You know what I mean? People like ourselves that we're trying to improve, we're working for ways to help improve what the product is that we're putting out. That's what we was kind of going at with that whole situation. And just, I just say that we just have to be careful with the information and just pick what works best for us. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. And we just got and keep supporting each other too online. Every like, every comment, every retweet, every post, that's more heads seeing it. That's another 100 more heads that actually might tune in.
Mm-hmm.
So it all matters, and I'm glad that we're all trying to make a move for it this year. And I just hope people. I just can't wait to actually stop talking about the shit and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pumped to drop I got 4 new singles that are just at the edge of my fingertips right now, but I can't put them out just yet. But they're coming real soon.
So let me ask you, with that being said, being that you have all of these, singles that you're about to drop and you're just waiting for the right moment. So let me ask you, with us talking about what we're going right now, and I don't want you to spill out too many of your secrets, but I just want to ask because, we have a lot of artists out here that are watching right now that are looking for, helpful tips that can help them with, marketing their music. So what would you say your actual strategy is? What are you focusing more so now, other than just the consistency part of it and then the other aspects that we spoke on already?
Right now, I just want to make music that I don't want to think too much. That's where I felt like I didn't want to go the album route. I feel like the album route's a lot of thinking and having it I need my albums a certain way, so that's a lot. But just not overthinking it. Just make music that just sounds fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing, obviously, confidently, it just got to sound good, and just make it simple. But also try to relate to people. That's what I'm trying to do more. I felt like coming up and as I started as a rapper, I was just trying to bar out and shit, which obviously I'm never gonna stop doing, having bars and shit. But I'm really trying to I'm maturing as a person, as an artist too. So I'm trying to hit people in the feels or make people feel me more. Relate to them as a person and fucking go through real life shit with them. So that's what you hear a little bit in more of my lyrics. You're gonna hear a lot more maturity and real life shit.
So you're more so striving.
One thing is just relating to people, and then another way to another tip I feel for artists too is don't wait. Just keep dropping if you can. There's reasons why I can't drop right now, but if you can drop, just keep dropping, and always do I felt like my plans always get the song, immediately do snippets. Do little teasers. You got to do those. Even if you think, oh, that's cringe, oh, nah, dude, people got to see your face. People want to know the voice behind your music. People got to see what the sound. They got to see it for themselves. You know what I mean? So it definitely plays a big part and will help get you exposed, and people will in turn like you more just seeing you. It's he's a regular ass dude, whatever, relatable, whatever. So I think getting your face out there is a big part.
I agree. So it seems like you're more so going towards a more relatable approach to the people that you're connecting. You're trying to establish connections with your listeners, pretty much.
Yeah, man. And that's why I'm doing this interview with you and being honest. I'm not trying to sit here and act like I'm the greatest rapper. I got all this, I got this, that dropping, I'm just I was being genuine with you. I ain't doing the best, but I'm fucking, it's picking back up. You know what I mean?
No, I sense that. So. Yeah, definitely. Let me ask you a question though. I know I'm asking you mad questions, but that's the point of this whole situation, right? I mean,
of course. Yeah. What's a good conversation, man? What's a good conversation without good questions?
Exactly. You know what I mean? But now, what I was going to ask you was, as far as like, because you said your approach this year more so as, making relatable content to go along with the music that you're putting out. So when it comes to that, have you thought about doing like, maybe just sit down and just building with your, your audience, as far as like, maybe sit down, do some live streams, take some Q&As, just really just like build with the people?
Yeah, man, I've been thinking about it. The reason why I just haven't yet is because I feel like I want to build my, the people that I know would be tapping in. I want to build my solid little tribe a little more first before I get on the live streams and shit,
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was trying to build. I was trying to build up my TikTok a little bit more before I start getting into the live, so it's like I can get a little traction, But as I see, some people go on live and they literally only have 2 viewers the whole time. I'm like, all right, I no offense to them, they're trying, but I just don't want, I would hope to have a better, a consistency of people tapping in. But you got to start somewhere, so I'm not knocking anybody with that shit.
Nah, I feel you. Like it's 2 ways I can look at that whole situation, because I'm somebody that can speak on that from experience. And one way I look at it as, you just got to sometimes just hit record, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta sit in front of that camera and just hit record and just talk to the people, let them connect with you, let them feel that vibe or whatever the case may be. And then there's other times where like, I understand, because there's times when I've live streamed to like maybe 2 people for a whole 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So that can be very depressing when you doing shit like that. But at the same time,
bro,
you gotta
that's holding down. That's you holding it down though.
I mean, trust me, it's been plenty of times it's like, yo, man, fuck this, yo. Ain't nobody watching this, man. What am I really doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me do something else. Yeah. Let me go watch cartoons or some shit like that. Do something else with my time. But then I gotta remember, you never know who's watching, man. So that 2 people could be 2 people that can change my life for the better and change somebody else's life for the better, That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, no, like 100% agree with that perspective. And like I said, like I probably should be live streaming, because it's like, that is how to build your fan base too. Like people pop in, like, oh shit, So actually, I think I'm gonna probably start doing that anyway. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep building regardless, but maybe I'll start doing the lives more.
I mean, hey, we're in the space,
doing those.
Right? I mean, we're in the space now where people appreciate more authenticity more so than not. And that's one thing I did take from a lot of this information that I've been looking up. But I see that, and not only it don't take for people on YouTube to tell me that, I see it just from my everyday interactions with people. People respect real,
Yeah, just from being like a viewer yourself of people, like, like I pop in, exactly what you're saying, like I realized too, like I actually have like, tapped into people from their lives, So that's I think that might be how I found you in a way too, like you doing your shit too, like there's definitely some ways to that, but like I got to get into it. Yeah, I think you just really got me fucking. I might do it sooner than later.
Hey man, listen, I am in a position right now where I'm taking the information that I'm learning as well. I'm vetting that information and I'm applying it. And if it works, or if I see that is working, I'm going to share that information with anybody else. And that's what this is all about,
Yeah. The reason too, I feel like I haven't either, is because like I didn't know like what necessarily my lane will be. Like I don't know if I want to go on there and just freestyle the whole time. Like I don't think that's right. Like I'll freestyle a little bit. I'd rather talk and like, like you said, shoot the shit with people, fucking actually like, pick people's brains and whatever else, whatever they want to hear. We'll talk about it. It's definitely, like you said, like I said, I'm just trying to be more relatable and show people the true me, not just like a kid just trying to spit the hardest bars,
Absolutely. Just like I said, it just goes back to just building, on a relationship with people, making people feel like they know you more than just their music. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch and I study a lot of these like major artists, and a lot of them do the same thing. They just really build a connection with their audience, and you build that connection. Eventually, the people will flock in or whatever the case may be, and you'll see your numbers expand, and then you'll start seeing your numbers drop off. But those people that you really took time to concentrate on building that connection with, those are the people that are going to keep coming back and forth time and time again. You know what I mean?
Facts. 100%. 100%, and it's showing already. So we're just gonna stay consistent with that this year.
Hey man, let us know what we can do to help you in that, man. We definitely got you, yo. You already know that's what it is over here. So we about supporting each other.
100%, bro.
No doubt, man. So let me ask you, with everything that we're seeing right now, with all of the advantages in technology that are taking place within the music industry, and we're seeing so many different things happen. We're seeing changings of the guards at the top of the pyramid when it comes to the music business. We're seeing AI starting to become a more prominent thing or a more prominent tool within the music industry, when we got a lot of artists and producers alike that are using AI to create a whole song or whatever. How do you feel about these things that are taking place?
Man, I really don't. I don't know how I feel about it. It'd be one thing. Maybe I'd be more, in tune with it if I knew like how to use the shit. But I don't. So I don't really, it hasn't really affected my listening experience to music. Really, it's like we all get to really choose what we listen to. But I mean, it is kind of. I don't know how I feel about I don't know, certain artists, I forget which ones have and which ones haven't, but there's been certain people dropping ones that people have like a Tupac verse or Biggie verses now, like from the Dead type shit.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool in some way, which is kind of cool in ways, but also kind of whack. I don't know. Just knowing that a computer just came up with it, like I don't know, that shit is the corny part about it. It'd be one thing. It's one thing to have like an unreleased vocal from them and have that come out. Now that's fucking sick. Yeah. But the AI making the Biggie verse, like, and it's like, with not the pure emotion, it sounds a little off. The fuck's the point?
Yeah, I mean, to each his own, I mean, to each his own. People are going to use the AI tools at their advantage, and they're going to do what they want to do. So I can't sit there and knock anybody that uses it. I don't agree with using it completely for my whole entire, whatever it is that I'm working on. I believe using bits and pieces of it to help enhance certain parts of my workflow. But as far as completely from top to bottom, just letting AI do all the work and nothing, I can't get with that, because I'm a creative. I'm somebody that I like to feel the creativity. I like to feel people connecting with my creativity as well. So I can't, you'll never get that same feeling from an AI generated model that you will from an actual human being. So that's why I stand with this.
Right. Yeah, man, I completely agree. Just like it literally takes the life out of it. 100%. Like, it just takes the life out of it. Like,
it looks
creativity
good,
dead. It's just like, it's just, and that goes with. I completely agree though with it being utilized in certain ways, which is completely understandable and cool and needed, obviously. And that goes with like, I feel like everything in the world right now, which is cool. But at the same time, like, I don't want that. We can't have too much of that shit, man. Can't be taking the life out of everything.
That is true. So let me ask you, now that you're seeing, the whole, should I say, controversy surrounding streaming platforms, and artists finally starting to realize that streaming platforms aren't really as beneficial to the artists in terms of payouts and royalties and publishing and all that. So how do you feel about the streaming platforms, and how do you feel about the more DIY approach that you're starting to see a lot of artists starting to take that route?
I think I'm following in their footsteps, to be honest with you. It's like the streaming stuff's all cool, but like you said, and as all of us artists are realizing, like, it's not cutting it. Right. We should, and artists. I'm not even talking about myself, but other artists, they should be completely compensated way more. Myself, I guess, included too. For the shit we put out, whatever. It's like 50. I got 40,000 streams. It got me $100. Like what?
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, I get. Like, that's all it made, like, through Spotify, Apple, whatever that is. But like, sites like Bandcamp, I'm sure there's other ones. I know Bandcamp, that's the main one I'm looking to more turn my direction to. And so, like my true fans and like true supporters, if they want, they can really buy the shit and have it themselves, and not just, have it on streaming, like it'll be exclusive, That's what I like. And and there's also people doing their own websites too. Like my engineer, Chris Collins, aka the Wizard. He's got his own website, and like I think he might help out with mine in the future. I was thinking about going this route too for some new releases. So it's definitely a good question. I can't say too much, but I think I'm going that route myself.
And I encourage people to do that myself as well. You know what I'm saying? And I like the DIY approach. Yep. Even though this is something we've been hopping on, you know, since we've been a platform, but the simple fact that you have guys now out here like well-known content creators by the likes of Curtis King. I mention him a lot because he's definitely really moving the needle in terms of the DIY approach for independent artists and stuff like that. So like I always like to try to encourage people to do that, because to me, like when I look at it and I seen somebody post a chart of the actual payout scale, the way of, you know, these streaming services pay out royalties and stuff, and I'm like, yo, like how is it that y'all are okay with going over here to Spotify, Tidal, all these different places that only give you fractions of pennies, where you can go and take it and take your own career into your own hands and do it yourself and probably make way more than what you're doing right now. That's why I was going back to you earlier about the importance of building, you know, a connection with people, building relationships with people, because that core audience is what's going to support you, you know?
100%. And like, that's what, and then like that, this is really sparking my interest too, because I was just thinking about it, like, yeah, whatever, everyone uses Spotify, Apple, like that's the only reason why artists are on it, right? But if you're really trying to make money off this shit and like see who's really fucking with you, then why even bother with the streaming and just go completely your own direct route? So directly to your consumers, directly to the people who want your shit, they can come and get it from you. Then that, and not having it on, and like you said, getting it for the right price as an artist, not you know, not getting pennies and penny pinched with every great song that you drop, you know? So like I can relate to that. Like I'm thinking about it now. Like if I drop my album, say I didn't put my album on streaming, I put that shit on Bandcamp, bro, I would have made probably triple the money I've made on 40,000 streams out of all my songs. It isn't that, you know?
See, and this will probably be a conversation that a lot of
it like that, man. That shit got me fucking thinking about it like that, man. I really want to get my own website and shit at Bandcamp now.
Yeah, do that, man. I mean, like I know a lot of these streaming companies would tap into a lot of these conversations that are being had around this conversation. I mean, around this topic. And they will hate us for this, but at the end of the day, like you can't hate us for it when we're just trying to look for opportunities to help people, you know, get more for their money. Like I really do feel as though that streaming platforms devaluing money really fuck the game up when it comes to people being able to get some kind of value from their music. You know, like people,
it completely took the value away. I think you're right, dude.
Yeah, like
and it shows.
Yeah, like you know, even if you're at home, if you're a bedroom artist, as people call it, or a bedroom producer, you still paid the money to get that computer. You still paid the money to do all these other things to put this product together, and then you only getting like 0.0032 cents back from off of this hard work you put in. Like it's not right.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it ain't right. It ain't right at all. I completely agree. And I've just been more so like whatever about it, you know. But the more I think about it, and like now that we're actually talking about it, I'm like,
yeah, we can't be like that no more as artists, man. We gotta look out for number one now.
I think you're right. Yeah, we gotta, and the only way to do it is if we all actually take the fucking, you know, to actually put it on those platforms and take it off streaming. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, it's a big jump, and like obviously I think a lot of my listeners and fans might not necessarily like that, but they'll adjust to it, and it's not like they won't be able to listen to it. Not that I'm saying I won't put it on streaming platforms still, but where you're able to get it first, and you know, exclusively, and however.
And once again, if they really your fans, they'll support you regardless. So if you take it off streaming, if they really your fans and really support you, then they'll go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll find where your music is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's just what it sums up to. You know? And then,
Yeah,
you know,
man, 100%.
and we speaking about Bandcamp, man. It's sad that you don't have your Bandcamp up right now, yo, because I just did a promo yesterday for Bandcamp artists and stuff like that, where I went and I supported, you know, a few artists by buying their projects off of their, you know, Bandcamp. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. It's exactly like, and that's another thing about like where one of my downfalls and my failures, like that goes like within the, like what I was saying, like my consistency and shit, like you know, not just like jumping the gun and like making, you know, getting my Bandcamp set up, like certain shit like that, you know. I just been kind of a little too comfortable, so it's time to get uncomfortable, readjust, and you know, make shit happen.
That's it, man. Hey, man, you gotta step outside of that comfort zone sometimes if you want to make traction. You know?
Exactly, dog.
That's all it is,
you
man.
got that right.
Hey, man. So, you know, as always, man, it's always a pleasure to have you come up here on the show and chop it up with this, man. I know I was a little long-winded with my responses and my questions here tonight, man, but I'm just about building with people, you know?
Conversation, bro.
What happened? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was saying it's a great conversation, bro. You're good.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So, you know, with that being said, man, before we get ready to wrap everything up for tonight, I want to give you the floor for a minute and just let you just, you know, for the people out there that's listening right now that want to get in contact with you and want to find you, where can they do so and what can they expect from you going forward that they may have missed during this part of the conversation?
So you can find me. I go by J-Ferr, J-Ferr, J-Ferr. Don't forget it, all right? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, you can find me on TikTok. That's where I want people to. If you don't have TikTok already, hopefully they don't ban the shit in 90 days again. Right. But if you fucking get on my TikTok and my X, that's where I'm most consistent. That's where you get like the most raw of me, my most consistent updates and shit. Instagram, Facebook, not that much, but still definitely follow my Instagram, X, and TikTok, all at J-Ferr, J-F-E-R-R _DG. And the DG stands for Dope Growth, and that's been my foundation and been like my little I don't know how to say slogan, like how I really started this shit is the idea of dope growth. That's my little business side to my rap shit too. Okay. So, and you can find my I got some new music videos I'm gonna drop this year also. So make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube at J-Ferr DG it's at Dope Growth TV. So Dope Growth TV.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And J-Ferr, man, once again, we definitely do appreciate you for taking the time to come up here and rock out with us. As always, man, it's always a great time. Whenever you up here, we have always have good conversations, man, and I appreciate it. And Sway, I'm looking at you, Sway. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Sway. Nah, definitely make sure you put my mans on, yo, Sway. He working hard out here, man. And I know you don't know me from a can of paint. I know I'm not on your radar. But from one brother that love hip-hop to another, man, definitely put my man J-Ferr on, man, because definitely he's deserving of it, man. So, J-Ferr, once again, man, I appreciate you, brother. And to everybody else, man, keep it locked and stay tuned. Hold on. Go ahead, say what you was going to say.
No, I was just going to say I appreciate you, man. It means the world, and thank you for having me on here. And I hope everyone that listened enjoyed, and hope they found some sort of, hope they took something away from this conversation.
Absolutely, man. And for everybody else, man, keep it locked and stay tuned, because coming up next, man, we're going to get into that If Sway Put Me On record by my man J-Ferr. Shout out to everybody in Massachusetts, New England, all across the world. It's the EMillio EgBar Show when you're speaking, folks. Yeah.
The most recognized source of hip-hop and R&B on the planet. This is the EMillio EgBar Show. Real hip-hop and R&B.